Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, today's map would normally only possibly ever be reviewed on a Tuesday. It'd be a creator request map and I would be honest. I'd be nice, but I'd be honest. I'd say what really wasn't working with it. Today's map, however, is the top performing map of the moment at #1 on the chart at the time of recording. And therefore, we're going to review it because it's proving to be very popular. It doesn't exactly shine though, so I'm going to try and be nice. You need to be nice in the comments or I'm going to wave my naughty finger at you and send you to the corner for tomorrow. So be nice in the comments. It is what it is. I will, however, show you a quick screenshot taken from my new map, which is still in progress. It's taken at night because I don't want to give them too much away. There you go. There's a little bit of shine for today's show. Also, you can add a little bit of shine to my show by doing this little thing. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Right, today's map is Yugoslavia by Hmattel. Okay, obviously taken from the real life former location of the Yugoslavia. Now multiple different separate countries. I won't mention one because I have to mention all of them to be fair. There's your start square with some rivers and some outside connections. Yep, that's all good. Terrain heights, we have, well, it's from the height map. We've got mountains where there should be mountains and flat land where there should be flat land. And then resources, I would say, are very workable. So before you say this map's rubbish, I'm telling you, look, it has positive things about it. Like I'm positive there's plenty of shellfish around Yugoslavia, and that is what you'll have if you have Sunset Harbour. Off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, nothing. It's 100% vanilla. Simple as that. You'll be using the vanilla temperate theme, the realistic 1.2 LUT today as well, and a little short description. I'm not claiming this to be the best map of all time, but it's top performing map, so I have to shout it out. Now, what you don't realise is that we have to flood the entirety of Austria, Hungary, Romania and Bulgaria to get the map looking like this, because this is the inland side of it over here. This is Central Europe over this way. And so, yes, we have flooded all of those historic countries just so that we could bring back the great country, the former country of Yugoslavia, best known for things like war crimes and a very, very good soccer team. They were very, very good. Okay, never let it be said that an Englishman doesn't say that. Do you know what? That Yugoslavian team, especially like back in the 60s, wow. They did okay in the 70s as well and through to the 80s, but that, oh, wow, what a team. Right, okay, this is the big old bridge. Everybody loves a big old bridge. It could be a lot worse. It could be lumpy bumpy and all over the place. So remember that one when you're rating this map at the end of the show. It could be worse, so shush. Right, we're at the start square, which means, well, it's time for that intermission already. Let's get it out of the way and come back and look at the shipping.
Are your soggy little Sims constantly getting even more soggy? Are you continuously drowning your trees and soaking your city? Then you need BonBonB's flood management tutorial. Click the information button now.
Indeed, all of Austria, Romania, Bulgaria, and I've forgotten the other one, Hungary, they'll all need that with today's map. Right, so we have shipping routes. We have one on either side of the island. This is the Med, or the whatever little offshoot sea of the Med, this particular stretch of water. No, not the Aegean, is it? It could be the Aegean. Anyway, that little stretch of water up there. We also have a second shipping route. Now, please note, again, for when you are voting on the map at the end of today's show, that this shipping route, again, could be a lot worse. Sort of a jinky-janky, but not so sharp that it's going to cause shipping any problems. So that is going to be okay. And then we follow around here towards the big old bridge, which looks a little bit low for shipping to pass underneath. But our shipping line does not pass underneath. We go off the edge of the map over here. So there is positives that I'm finding positive things to say. And I want you to do the same. Can you hear me slapping my hand like you to do the same? There we go. Water flow. We have rivers. And I think while there's not much water flow here, there is some There is some. I think if you are clever with your placement, with your water drawing and water pumping, you can play a vanilla style game without, like, maybe we do some water drawing from here, let's say there, and then we can pump out of there. I think there's enough distance between those two that we're probably going to be okay and not actually get any pollution coming around the river bend there. But I think that could work. So yes, not always important to have strong water flow if you can find solutions. Right, the map as a whole is what it is. It is what it is. The rivers are somewhat a little bit gouged. I think that's the only polite word I can use for it. So yes, gouged we're going with. We've got some rough edges along the side of those rivers as well. Again, for a vanilla style play, this is going to work fine. For a vanilla style play, if this is what you're looking for, slightly unusual shape, go for it. Go for it. You'll enjoy it. We've got some rugged mountains over here. Building a road through to this coast where we have the resource. There was oil over this side, wasn't there? I do believe. That's going to be a tricky old build in vanilla rules without things like fine road, tool and such. And we have these canyons which are, well, they're very bold. I'm going with bold. Yes, bold is a much more polite word. They're very bold with shark's teeth running along the edges as well. The whole thing was built very, very quickly. There you go. This is the thing. How it's at #1 on the chart, I'm not exactly sure, but bless you for your success and credit for actually getting some success. But maybe watch a few more of the shows, Hmattel. If you're watching this show, have a look at some of the other shows. Have a look at some of the more polished maps, and you can see that how your map here, which I've got to say, I like the idea for it. I really do. Especially having it completely separate and like having coast on the far side as well, where we have the inland countries, like these islands as well. Again, ridges around the outside where it's been cut out fairly quickly. I think there's stuff to say. There's some nice stuff to say, and I like the idea and I like the concept. The execution is a little soft. I think there's, again, a polite word for it. I always try and find the polite words because there are going to be people that want this. And again, if you're looking for positive things to say about gameplay potential, of all the places that we could have had a start square, this area over here is the best. A lesser creator would have put it over on the rocky side, over on the Med, which is where I probably would have put it. To be honest, I would have found a way to do it. But hey, listen, gameplay potential, we definitely have some going on here. As there is a truck going through my living room, sorry about that one. And we have an asset of the day. This one's very pretty, very, very pretty. Painted Ladies Retro. I always thought Painted Ladies were ladies of the night. Maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe it's just a British term, possibly. Painted Ladies Retro by cbudd. This is a great, lovely set of houses. Apparently one of the most famous sets of houses in the world. I would argue that, but I'd also say that you're not entirely wrong either. San Francisco is where you're looking for the real-life location for these guys. And factoids, because factoids. 20,000 people attended the public cremation of Dr. William Price. Who is Dr. William Price, I hear you ask? Well, they were the leading 19th century campaigner for the right for people to be cremated. Well, there you go. Excellent. Yeah. Dr. William Price, 20,000 people at the cremation. Good for them. And good for cbudd. cbudd's absolute quality. I mean, look at the fronts of the building, the backs of the building, and the colours look just right as well. Painted Ladies Retro by cbudd, all 6 buildings in one little pack. Of course, that's the asset of the day. Right, so we've got to the end of the show already. It's a short show. What can I tell you? What do you think of today's map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count because at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right corner of your screen or in the description. It'll take you to the voting page where you can vote for free. I'm going to vote for free now. I'm going to tell you that aesthetically, okay, it looks like the area, so there's credit there. It lacks polish of any degree. And so while I'd like to push it up towards a 3rd star, I think I can't go higher than middle 2. Yeah, and that's mostly because it looks like the area. 2 stars. Detail, fairly similar as well. There's nothing really we can build this map up on, but we can say that some of the things which are a bit clunky could be a lot worse. And because things can be a lot worse, you don't get 1 star. 1 star is when things cannot get worse. It's a bit clunky. I'm going to go slightly below middle 2. Gameplay potential. Again, the credit, it's a good selection of start location. I still don't feel that this is really a playable map. I'm going to go for a high 2. It should really edge into 3 stars, but I just don't feel any magic. Yugoslavia by Hmattel. It's what it is if you want to play a vanilla map, and if that map tickles you, play it. Let me know how you get on. Let me know that I'm wrong about it only being a very high stars, 2 stars, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that are really happy with that one. Right, we're heading towards the end of the show. If you're still here, you're part of the 20 and out elite. Use the words of the day into the comments to score yourself some population points just for fun. And I'll be back tomorrow with another What map, this one coming from a creator we've done very recently and one that is very popular with a lot of people. See you then.